We know more about the surface of Mars than we do about our own oceans. Most of our oceans remain unexplored, and because of that, we keep making fascinating discoveries about it every day. Are you interested in the strange and the unknown? Subscribe to Fact Monkey and ring the bell for more mind-blowing content. And in this video, we'll be discussing some incredible finds by deep-sea divers, from lost cities to ancient machines and even spaceships. Here are the top 10 strangest things found by deep-sea divers. 10. Ancient Greek city. The ancient Greek Empire was one of the most advanced civilizations of its time, but despite its many advancements, much of the former empire's history was lost to time. We may never fully discover the extent of its glory, but we've managed to uncover one insane sight from that era. The lost city of Pavlo-Petri is considered to be the oldest lost city in the Mediterranean Sea, dating back about 5,000 years. It's an ancient Greek city located on the country's southern islands. The city was first discovered by archaeologist Nicholas Fleming in 1967 and was fully mapped by the next year. The city was quite advanced for its time. It had a whole planning system with paved streets, massive buildings, and more than enough historical artifacts to excite all the museums in the region. The city is still mostly buried, with archaeologists working tirelessly to carefully uncover the remaining parts of the city, but their efforts are threatened by the ships and boats whose anchors might damage the site, as well as by illegal souvenir hunters who are looking to make a quick buck. Number 9. Ancient computer. Ancient cities aren't the only underwater discoveries that fascinate us from ancient Greece. In the early 20th century, explorers were researching a shipwreck off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera when they discovered this strange-looking object that didn't look anything like other artifacts discovered from the era. It was dated back to the 2nd century BCE, and most scientists assumed it's something to do with math. Fast forward to the 1970s, when computers started to gain popularity. The object, now dubbed the Antikythera mechanism, once again gained notoriety for its striking resemblance to the modern-day computer processors of the time. The computer is now known to be able to astronomical positions and is considered to be the earliest known analog computer ever discovered. If ancient Greeks had access to even computers, who knows what kind of technology they had access to that we don't know of. Number 8. Lost city of CAMBAY. Located off the coast of Gujarat, India, the lost city of CAMBAY might just be the oldest discovery on our list, as well as the oldest discovery of an ancient Indian city ever. When the Indian National Institute of Ocean Technology was conducting a survey of the ocean to look for signs of pollution, they accidentally unearthed what looked like massive man-made structures and signs of a very early settlement. Steps and monuments that resembled other settlements in the region were also discovered, as well as what looked like buildings and streets. No one knows yet whether this is truly a lost city or just some exaggerated reports, but we'll let you be the judge on that one. Number 7. Ancient Chinese city. Qingdao Lake is a lake in China that was formed sometime in the late 1950s due to the construction of a massive hydroelectric dam in the Chinese province of Zhejiang. The freshwater reservoir that was created as a result of this dam is over 390 feet deep, with a surface of over 220 square miles. While all the villages in the area were evacuated and demolished, one thing the authorities didn't consider was the history of the region. In 2001, many people started reporting strange structures being seen from the water, which led to the Chinese government organizing an expedition into the reservoir. The expedition led to the discovery of an 800-year-old city known as Shichen, which was considered lost under the forest for centuries. Many of the buildings there are very well preserved, and now you can even go there on a diving trip of your own to get your own glimpse of the Chinese Atlantis. Number 6. Lake Michigan Stonehenge. The Stonehenge that we know and love is already one of the most confusing historical sites on our planet. While it sure looks cool, no one knows where it came from or why it was built. But this recent discovery shows that it might not even be the only Stonehenge, let alone the strangest one. When scientists were scanning the floor of Lake Michigan, they discovered quite an interesting structure. They were initially looking for a shipwreck, and they thought they found one, but were shocked to discover that this was no shipwreck, nor any man-made structure at all, but an entirely natural rock formation that somehow made its way to the bottom of Lake Michigan. It's not impossible, but surely strange for something like this to appear on the seafloor, but not everyone is convinced that these are entirely natural. 5. Tanks from past wars. The two world wars truly lived up to their name. More ammunition, military vehicles, and weapons were used in these two wars than any other war in history. Remnants from these wars can be seen to this day, from the new countries formed by them, to the thousands of unexploded bombs that we keep finding, to even entire tanks, and caches of weapons found under the sea. Most of these tanks are from World War I or II, but there are also tanks from other wars, including recent ones. It would certainly be a strange sight to see an actual tank when all you're expecting to see is a bunch of fish. 4. Ancient Israeli City. Another addition to the ancient cities found underwater is the ancient Israeli city of Altit Yam. This is one of the two oldest items on our list, along with CAMBAY, with the city dating back almost 9,000 years. It wasn't exactly a city as much as it was a substance farming settlement, which, when keeping the Neolithic era in consideration, is as close as it gets to an ancient city. It was discovered by Israeli archaeologists in the 1960s as they were looking for ancient treasures buried under the sea, but what they ended up finding was something much more significant to help us understand history. Human skeletons were among the artifacts that were found under the water. But the most prominent finding from this city was the massive man-made stone circle that seemed to be a worship site for a now defunct ancient religion. The area is still being carefully researched, although most of its history is now lost to time. 3. Strange spaceship in the Baltic Sea. You might need to fasten your seatbelts for this crazy discovery. The Baltic Sea has been the site to a lot of Europe's most brutal naval conflicts, as many European countries developed their naval technology specifically to be able to fight in the Baltic Sea. Keeping that in mind, it makes the sea a prime location for archaeologists and deep-sea divers to go treasure hunting for old military technologies that were developed when tensions were at their peak. In 2011, a team of 6 explorers thought they hit the jackpot when they discovered the Baltic Sea anomaly, a structure that seemed like a massive spaceship located on the floor of the Baltic Sea. Early theories suggested it might have been some sort of extraterrestrial vessel, a Nazi research facility, or a strange lab of sorts. However, scientists quickly shut all those theories down and claimed it was a geological anomaly. Do you believe it was just an anomaly, or something far more secretive? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Number 2. RMS Republic. The RMS Republic was a British ocean liner that was built in 1903, and it was often referred to as the millionaire's ship, as it was a favourite for wealthy Americans who regularly travelled across the Atlantic amid improving British-American trade and diplomatic relations. It sank in 1909, and although most of the passengers were saved from the brink of disaster, all of their belongings amounting to $3 million, which is around $1 billion in 2021, sank with the ship itself. It was finally rediscovered in 1981, but the billion-dollar treasure was nowhere to be seen by the team that discovered it. Since its discovery, the same team, along with numerous others, have tried to recover the lost treasure of the RMS Republic to no success. Number 1. Yonaguni Monument. In 1986, divers off the coast of Okinawa in Japan were on the lookout for hammerhead sharks, which are a common sight near the town of Yonaguni in the islands. One man, Kirachiro Arataki, when searching for a good place to look for these sharks, noticed that something resembled man-made buildings under the ocean and contacted a group of scientists nearby. What they discovered were these massive formations that looked like proper buildings with pillars, steps, and other man-made features. What's crazy about this is that these are not man-made at all, but rather natural rock formations. There are still theories that these formations might be man-made after all, but officially these are simply geographical anomalies. And that's a wrap for the 10 strange things found by deep sea divers. Which of these discoveries did you think was the most unique? Let us know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you next time.